Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. Overnight DJI surprised us with a massive firmware update for the Mavic 3. This is the update that DJI promised would be released in January and adds all the missing features. For whatever reason, they've surprised us with it over a month early, so that is definitely some great news. A lot of people have been very upset about the missing features and have even been holding off buying the Mavic 3 until January once it was completely done. Let's go ahead and take a look at the release notes here and see what has been added. So the first thing you can see there is that they've added Focus Track. Now Focus Track is that bundle of tools that includes Active Track, Point of Interest, and Spotlight. They've added MasterShots and Timelapse. They've also added a feature for RAW-only photo format. They've reduced video recording noise for ProRes on the Mavic 3 Cine. They've reduced occasional vibration in the aircraft arms in some scenarios, improved return to home performance, improved obstacle avoidance performance, improved hover stability. They fixed the issue where some computers could not connect the aircraft via USB, fixed an issue where abnormal color appeared in some scenarios, and they fixed some bugs for the remote controller. And I'm assuming in this firmware update they've also fixed other bugs under the hood. Now unfortunately where I live the weather is absolutely crappy today, so I can't get out and test it today, but hopefully tomorrow. I'm actually really looking forward to testing out some of these new features, and I'm hoping it's fixed some of the problems that I've experienced and some of the complaints I had with the drone. Now I'm going to go ahead and power the drone on here for a minute, so just bear with me. It could get a little noisy once the fans kick in. Couple things to note here: if you're using the stock controller, you will have to update the DJI Fly App. Make sure you get the latest version as it's needed to make some of these features work. If you're using the RC Pro, you might have to go and manually check for the firmware. I'll show you how to do that here in a second. A lot of times when new firmware is available, it'll just pop up on the main Fly App right away. In my scenario, it didn't. I had to go in and manually trigger it. And if you need to do that, all you have to do is go to Profile and then go into Settings in your profile. And you can see there's an option that says check for firmware updates. And it will check. Right now mine's saying firmware is up to date. But if there is a firmware update there, it will prompt you to download it. And of course, the other way to do it is to go into Camera View, go to your settings, go over to About, and then you can manually check for updates there as well. The other thing that they did add are Expo Settings, where you can go in and adjust the sensitivity of your control sticks. I'm not 100% sure. I do believe they are already available for the iOS version of the Fly app, but not on Android. But as you can see here, if we go over to Control, we select Advanced, you can see that all those Expo settings are now available. Now if we switch ourselves into photo mode, and we'll go back to Settings, you can see now under Camera we do have the option for RAW only, or we can do JPEG and RAW. And of course the big additions are when we click on MasterShots. Now it's giving me a message that we can't enable MasterShots because I'm not in the air, but it's no longer saying the feature is not available. Now if you notice here, if we click on Quick Shots, it's still not available. It's saying feature coming soon. But Hyperlapses are now available. If we go down to Panorama, you can see that feature is not available yet either. It's coming soon. If we go back to Photo, you can also see our time shots are now available. So if you want to make a time lapse, you're able to do so. And as many people were waiting for, the big one is Active Track. A lot of people are waiting for that. We can now select an item on the screen, and you can see our focus track comes up. We can select Active Track, Spotlight, and Point of Interest. So really nice that DJI surprised us with this big update. Still a few missing features, and I'm sure we'll see them in January, plus maybe perhaps some other features that they haven't announced yet. So I'm hoping to go out and test some of these features out tomorrow, and I'll make a follow-up video once I've tested them out. If I run into any problems or issues, I'll definitely make sure to make note of that. Well folks, that's basically it. Just a quick little video for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.